And welcome back to the Be Bold Show. It's been exciting. As we said, we've been working well in advance, pre-planning, doing a lot of production work and so forth. And last season, we met Anastasia Afio. Sarah, do you remember her?
Yeah, she has a little thingy going on called Afio Creations. She was our 999th liker on Facebook. And so she won a hamper from Lane Organics. But when we met her, we realized that she's actually a Be Bolder.
Bringing education, building opportunity for leadership and development, like she stands for what we are also standing for. So let's take a look at Afio Creations.
Yeah, be bold now. Be bold now. Woo! Hey, 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 hey. Come on, come on. Have you ever been told?
I just started when I was in my first year in the university. I'm so passionate about fashion. I always love doing something for myself.
Building opportunity.
I also have a beading club which I'm working on. I teach private kids how to make accessories with beads to help them explore and have something doing with their life out of school, after school. Currently I'm working with a village called Obratre. That's where I get my kids from. I would love to expand it and have my own business, have shops in and outside Ghana. Yeah, in the next 5 years, per se. I believe in giving, and it's my passion to help the needy. I see Anastasia Afio to be one of the best social entrepreneurs in Ghana, and probably doing great stuff with my beading stuff. I would say my biggest challenge is just managing my school with this, but I'm trying my best. I'm really trying my best, to make things work.
Wow, Anastasia Afio from Afio Creations. I love the idea of a beading club where she teaches all these young people how to do beady work and also just to keep them entertained. Yeah, she's so young and she's so tiny, you know. Now for everybody at home, for you guys, you can be winning something every single episode from this season onwards. Why? Because the Be Bold Show loves you guys so much and we really appreciate that you guys are watching us. Now this can be done, you can win stuff through coming onto our Facebook page, going to our website and just, being interactive, liking our page, sharing our stories, commenting on our stories, and then you'll see that, something can be won every single episode.
And one of the other new things we've started doing too is we're going to be sharing bold tips with you. Now, we are about entrepreneurship. We're about starting your own thing, being bold, taking leadership stuff. So we're going to start putting tips from all over, about how to go into networking events, how you plan yourself, how to prepare your resume, how to have a successful company, for instance. There's so many tips that we can share off and bounce off each other. And if you have any questions, now also give the time to go on Facebook, put some of those questions in. We'll get some resource persons to answer your question so that we can grow together and really build that entrepreneurship environment that we have going on.
Yes, definitely. Now, we work on a project every single season. If you've been following us since season 1, you know that every season we do a project. And this year, we have decided to work on a sickle cell awareness program. Now, the reason why is because Crystal and I lost a dear friend of ours and really realized that, there's so many people who are affected by this disease from all walks of life, and it's been so intense for us. And also to realize that people in Ghana, we don't talk about it. We don't know what sickle cell disease is.
It's actually, and it's affecting a lot of Ghanaians, Africans, but it's very prevalent in West Africa. So in Ghana, it's actually an issue, and so it's something that we want to take on. 15,000 babies are born every year in Ghana with sickle cell. That is a huge number that we needs to be. And imagine this, at the age of 2 or even 3, this is when their brains is really developing fast. They stand a chance of having a stroke. And one huge problem that we have is we don't have a way to detect if these children are going to get a stroke or not. So what we want to do is raise $30,000, so yes, you've heard me, $30,000 to buy a machine called a transcranial Doppler, which will be able to detect if these children are going to get a stroke, so that the doctors can actually do something about it to prevent it, possibly. Yeah. So it's something
very necessary. And what has also been researched is that a lot of aid organizations actually do give funding for sickle cell to countries, but they also base it on whether a country has this transcranial Doppler or not. And Ghana, for some reason, does not have it, even though it is such a big issue in our country. So what we're going to do is raise the money, get the transcranial Doppler here, so that also other funding organizations can be attracted to Ghana.
I don't know about you, but some of us don't know what sickle cell is. It's something that isn't talked about a lot. So let's find out today what sickle cell is.
Sickle cell disease is a disease that's inherited from both parents. It's a disease of blood, and primarily it affects the portion of blood known as the red blood cells. The red blood cells carry oxygen around the body. And in sickle cell disease, the red blood cells are abnormal. And so that process of carrying oxygen is also not as efficient as in normal people who do not have sickle cell disease. In love you About 2% of babies who are born in Ghana have sickle cell disease. In Kolebu, in our sickle cell clinic, we've registered over 25,000 patients to date. And on average in the pediatric clinic, we see about 50 patients every week.
So awareness to it, one, will help us reduce the number of children who are born with sickle cell disease. Again, two, to correct any misconceptions that people have with sickle cell. For some years ago, people had the impression that if you have sickle cell child, there's nothing to be done for such a child. There's no need for you to waste time sending such a child to school. At age 18, that child is going to die. So this awareness, we are doing to create awareness that all those things are misconceptions. Now researchers have gone on. There's so much advancement in the management of sickle cell. So children or people with sickle cell can live a normal life as any other people will live. And also the awareness also creates important that people with such diseases don't need to be stigmatized. They are just like us. Jesus,
sickle cell disease is no respecter of persons. Anybody can have sickle cell disease, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're black, whether you're white. And it's a disease that affects not just the child, but the whole family and the society. So the child suffers, the parents suffer, the family suffers, the siblings suffer, and the whole country suffers as a result.
Alright, I hope you've learned a little bit about sickle cell today, as a lot of us don't know about it and we're all learning. But throughout the season, we're going to keep giving you updates about sickle cell. So do join us, go onto our website, read about this project, call us on our Be Bold lines.
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself on this issue. Like we said, we're going to start raising funds. Already you can see our account number. You can already call in. You can donate to the fund to try and raise this $30,000.
And now obviously this transcranial Doppler is going to the children's ward at the Kolebu Hospital, where we had a meeting actually.
Yes, we had several meetings to discuss what they needed, because we wanted to do a project to donate something towards health, towards children, and obviously we couldn't do it without them, to find out what is really needed, and the transcranial Doppler was one thing that was highlighted at the meeting. So you'll be hearing more from the doctors themselves throughout this season, so keep watching out for that. Let's take a break at this moment. We'll be back in a little bit.
After the break, we meet Ghana's first lady of hip-hop.
Can't last in the game, they can't handle the fame. They leave us quick as they came. But me,
Easy.
on the stage. But me, on the stage.
Don't go anywhere.